It's 1859, and our man Soren, he's a bit put out. Copenhagen, Denmark, weak faith, if any faith at all. Everyone's going scientism, Descartes, without even realizing Descartes was a Christian. Heresy, to pick and to choose. So he's got a beef and he's going to address it. So as the preface of the book is the pendulum swung toward weak faith or no faith, he now tells us the story of Abraham, which swings the pendulum the other way to total faith. Abraham, who doesn't remember the story? God calls, he asks for the ultimate sacrifice in his son, and there it is. He's ready to do it. God stops him at the last second. Abraham is the true knight of faith. No one has more faith than him. And here's the rub. Who can be this Abraham? Wise in the folly of Christ, an insanity for hope, a hater of his own self. Impossible, but strive for the ideal. Keep moving your particular self this way. Come on, Copenhagen, some faith. But how do we get between the pendulum of weak or no faith toward Abraham with full faith, and at least put the pendulum somewhere in the middle? And in this, he seeks what he calls the knight of faith, the true knight who's trying to do that. We should always try and move the pendulum over. But who can throw themselves trustingly into the folly of Christ? It's not a bagatelle, no easy thing. So this knight of faith must first reflect and resign. He's got to look at worldly things, pull himself out of it, and then move into a higher place. So step one, reflect and resign. And I quote, "People travel far and wide to have their mouths drop at exotic places and animals, and they think they've seen something. I am not concerned with this. Tell me where the knight of faith lives so I can journey there and see his movements, the ones I lack." When you resign and then you move outside this world, you're able to receive the faith. You return then to a new world. How you see it is now a gift. You're not just stoic about things, you take pleasure in everything, on the strength of the absurd, new lenses. Exhaust yourself in the infinite and thus be resigned to ignorance. Then faith can enter. Reflection alone isn't going to do it. You've got to have movement. Movement requires passion, and I quote, "Otherwise, you'll forever be running errands in your life." This resignation of the world, it's something everyone can do. It's a high dignity afforded every person to be their own censor. Reflection, resignation, movement, passion. Now he moves to ethics. It's universal and objective. Can't keep subjective sin in your back pocket for when you need it. An ethic that ignores sin is a futile discipline. Sin is real, sin happens. Reconcile yourself. Don't make excuses or rationalize it. A fool can always find a fool greater who admires him. This knight of faith walks alone in his dreadful responsibility. That's right, you're on this journey alone. It's the journey of the single individual. You have full responsibility. This knight of faith, you, is on his journey alone. Few walk alongside him, if any, possibly scorned. Abraham today would be featured on Dateline. Yet, it's your affair at stake. Again, real faith is a challenge. The knight doesn't preach or teach, he is witnessed. The knight says in his actions, "Do not weep for me, weep for yourself." He keeps coming back to this theme over and over. Who can do this? The impossibility of being Abraham. But yet, again, move from the weak faith, the minimal faith of Copenhagen, and at least try and get your pendulum closer to the true faith of Abraham. Two things in Soren Kierkegaard's themes that stand out. Passion, the true authentic human factor. Bring it! And movement. When you reach faith, don't stand still in it, live it. So let's sum up. Copenhagen, weak faith, no faith. How do we swing over to the true faith of Abraham, or at least get closer? Resign, reflect, movement, which requires passion, the single journey, you're on your own, don't cheat it. And again, over and over, the theme of the book, who can even do this? It's so difficult, and that's why Fear and Trembling. Two excellent works of further reading that explore Soren Kierkegaard's themes here are Dietrich Bonhoeffer's Cost of Discipleship and Walker Percy's Lost in the Cosmos. Thanks for watching.